Welcome back to At The Fix TV show right here on Hope TV. This is your #1 Christian station where you look and live. And The Fix is all about informing, inspiring, and entertaining you. And immediately, anza kuengage na sisi at The Fix TV show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Hope TV Kenya on Facebook and Twitter, at Hope TV_KE on IG, and SMS 22232. Kama kuna wasi wako nje diaspora wapi, waambie wanaweza pata Facebook leo. Tuko Facebook live at Hope TV Kenya on Facebook, and also streamers online www.hopemediakenya.org. Hiyo ndio platform ya kustream online. Na tunaanza na session yetu ya nguvu, Fix Vibe, where we inform you with what's happening in Kenya, Africa, and around the world. Na leo kila msee manze, ukicheki hapa, we're lambing all day. Yeah? We're dabbing, man. Sasa sijara nitawagoteaje.
Si ni cool kids leo.
Yeah, cool kids, man. Hey, good to see you guys, man.
Good to see you too. Yeah.
Double pia anachikia ametuanzia yani na hiyo.
Mimi niko tu sawa. Unajua ile leo ile sek niko nao leo. Iko tu 120%.
120%,
Yeah.
Na BPM pia tunaenda wapi?
BPM hatuwezi ando 120 sasa hii, lakini pole tu.
Hiyo ni sawa. Richi, mambo?
Poa sana.
Wiki imekuaje bana?
Imekuwa fiti sana. Nilikuwa Ushago.
Ushago.
Yeah.
Uganda, Siaya.
Nilienda USA. Ziba nilienda western side.
Okay.
So nilikuwa nimeenda kuona grandfather yangu.
Alright.
Na grandmother yangu pia. Kwa tembelea tu.
Just
getting away from the hustle of the city.
You're fresh, man. Is it raining as well,
Every day.
It's raining like everywhere.
Every
Mombasa,
day.
wapi, Kitale.
Inanyesha daily. Na unajua Ushago ikinyesha hakuna kitu kufanya.
Yeah.
Unakaa tu kwa nyumba ama unalala. Unazuba na kuku, ng'ombe, unajua. Alafu stima zilipotea August, hazijairudi. So tuko tu.
Itarudi December.
Acha tuone kama itarudi before Christmas.
You're refresh, man. You're ni poor bana, but najua ni refreshing sana kwa watcha.
Hey, very refreshing. It's the life there is just relaxed.
Yeah.
Just the basics. Eat, drink, sleep, breathe in fresh air. Na kurelax too.
Nice. Ashley, wewe?
My week has been good.
All right.
I can't complain.
Okay.
I'm a new auntie, so it's very exciting.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yes. Yeah, to my brother and my sister.
How does it feel, to be an auntie? This is the first time you're...
Yeah, first time auntie. First time. Okay, not that I don't have other nieces and nephews, but...
Like,
this close.
This close.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
It's pretty amazing. I think it's more exciting for my parents. First time grandparents.
Yeah.
So my mother is the most excited in the house. Haiwezi shikika.
Si shikika. Story jiwe. Anyway, so Fix Vibe, idea Fix Vibe ni kumake sure uko informed with what's happening. Usikuwe tu uko hapo. Unajua, unasikia vitu zina happen TZ, unasumbua na Kenya, kuna vitu ina happen Uganda, wapi, alafu unashangaa ilikuwa. So wiki manze imekuwa interesting sana. I think siku hizi ni kukimbia. But kitu sad sana ni after the show last Sunday kulikuwa na some incident again in Texas. It's First Baptist Church is it Southern Baptist Church in Texas. Some gunman just went into a church, man, and started shooting people, and 26 people lost their lives, man. It's just I've had the opportunity, to go skeet shooting in the US, man. So the freedom to own guns, and it's a good thing. But I was just thinking, man, I think it's high time they review their gun control policies.
Chances are it won't be reviewed. Trump said if the gun control policy had been effected and reviewed, then the person who actually nullified the killer by shooting him dead wouldn't have owned a gun. That was what his justification for letting the people own guns was. So I don't, after he gave that explanation, I'm pretty sure it will take a long time. Probably, the way they say, a snowball's chance in hell before those gun control rules are effected. I highly doubt they'll change anything. Yeah.
Ashley, what do you think?
Clearly, as Richard said, nothing is going to change anytime soon. And Americans are tired of the presidency saying, let's pray. We will pray for the people who are affected. They don't need prayers anymore. They need gun laws that actually work.
Yeah.
Because you can see, like, for this person, he wasn't somebody who was stable mentally, but he still had access to these guns and to this machinery, and he wasn't supposed to have access to them.
Yeah.
So why can't you make the laws more stringent to make sure that you don't have such people getting access to machinery that can harm a lot of people?
Yeah.
Something needs to be done. Yeah.
Agreed, man. So we continue to pray, man, for God's comfort, grace, and peace for the people of Texas. He's a God of all universe, and He's good, and He's not the cause of evil. You know, sometimes we may think that he's the brain behind it, you know. He allows it to happen, but He's not the cause. So we pray for comfort and grace. But also coming home, man, Dr. Wahome Kakuru, you know, the Nyeri governor, you know, is the third governor for Nyeri County. You know, just on his way from Kabati, he also lost his life, man. I was looking at the family, really young family. Yeah, and even the scene of the act, you've seen photos online. Pretty sad, man.
Yeah, and I actually know their family personally.
Oh,
I'm actually friends with his sons.
All right.
And the most saddest thing is that his second-born son was actually sitting his KCSE.
Yeah.
He's currently sitting his KCSE. So
Yeah.
you know, Wangai and your brothers, we really, really are standing with you in prayer. We pray that the God of all comfort, as Paul says, will comfort you and your family and strengthen you guys. It's tough. We don't know how to explain it. We can't say we understand what you're going through.
That's
but
right.
We just pray and stand with you guys and hope that you will find the peace and the grace to sustain you throughout this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, what do you think? I mean, see, death is it's something that man kind of fears. Yeah. And it's just something that happens. We never asked for it, you know. I'm sure when he left, no one would know, you know. It just happens.
I think when I heard that story, it just hit home that this world is not our home.
Yeah.
And it's about time you start thinking about living your best life here. Because at the end of the day, you just never know.
Yeah.
You see, you never know when God will take you home. And I think it's pretty sad. For me, it just hit home. I just sat down and I thought, you never know which day is your last. What are you going to do? What kind of life are you going to live? What kind of legacy are you going to leave? Because you could hear about him, and everyone who spoke about how brilliant of a man that he was, how he had such huge dreams for Nyeri County.
Yeah.
And it's actually sad that they've lost a second governor in a span of 1 year as a county. So as a county, we also stand with them as a county, and we pray that the person who takes over will carry on the dream that he had for that county.
Yeah. I agree, man. He was a brilliant chap, man. I was reading. He had a doctorate, you know, PhD in public administration, and he's one of the directors also at Vision 2030.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get a chance to see a lot of his interviews, but what I have read, the articles I've read, man, some really brilliant CV, you know, and very visionary guy. You know, saying that begs the question, you know, as we live here on earth, you know. What script are you writing on earth? So that if you die today or if you die tomorrow, what would people say about you? You know, would people miss the fact that you are on earth, or would they be very happy this guy went? You know, so I think it's just something to think about on how we live our life while we're still here on earth.
It's true.
It's very true.
Yeah. Wow. Let's move to. I think something tied to that story is. The eyewitness challenge.
Kenyans, man.
Sadly, man.
Never lack creativity, never lacking in, you know, seizing the opportunity, man.
Yeah.
To create a trending thing out of even something as tragic as this.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that eyewitness, two totally unrelated deaths at two very different locations, but he's there.
Yeah.
I also saw it and I thought, oh, okay, this is...
What are the chances?
This is weird.
Yeah.
Double O.
For me, it was just weird.
That guy is called Dennis Njegi. You know?
I thought you wanted to ask me if I know.
He's been called...
Maybe he knows you. Yeah. Maybe he knows me. You never know.
You know. He's been called the expert eyewitness.
Yes.
Yeah? You know, Does it make sense to you, man?
It doesn't really make sense.
Two different accident scenes, giving conflicting stories, you know?
I think, okay, personally, I think he just took advantage of it, of people talking about it. So it doesn't make sense to me. And also it's a little bit risky because it might bring a propagandas that maybe the person died because of this and this and that.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't make sense to me. But I'd love to do the eyewitness challenge. I would love to.
I've done it, man. I did it while at the office, man. But it's so interesting, man.
Yeah.
Now, you see,
Ashley.
everyone has theories about him.
Yeah.
There are people even calling him the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
The what?
the Grim Reaper.
Or Grim Reaper.
So I don't know, it's fishy, it's weird. I don't understand how you're at such things. Okay, every day there are accidents in Kenya, but you're appearing in accidents that are sort of high profile.
Yeah.
In such a short span of time, and you always have your own account of the story.
Yeah.
Something is just not right.
Yeah.
Something is amiss somewhere.
Yeah.
But she also got arrested.
Oh yeah,
just
that's
yesterday.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, the IG
so-
ordered for him to be arrested.
I mean,
And he was on the run.
yes.
Yeah.
And he said his life is in danger.
Yeah.
Earlier on, he had given an interview at Citizen saying his life was in danger. And then he gets arrested. This guy just has, it's controversial.
Oh, yeah.
Very
to say the
controversial.
least.
Because
Yeah.
in Naivasha, he introduced himself as a state pilot.
Yes.
And then at
The pilot
Kabati,
was his friend.
yeah, and the pilot was his friend. At Kabati, he introduced himself as a state officer, and he actually spoke with the governor, like, on the way.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's a very controversial guy.
Yeah.
Very
I'm glad he was arrested. I hope
Those are words you don't get to hear every day.
investigation should be done if he's genuine, if he's not genuine. But so far, based on what's been online and everywhere, there's a lot of contradicting info.
We just need to know who he is.
We need to know who he
and
is.
how
And
he
what his
just
role
happened to
is.
appear
Yeah.
Yeah.
in two high-profile accidents
Yeah.
in less than a month.
Exactly.
Yeah, we should at least we should get.
We
to know
need
the truth.
answers.
Let's talk about money matters, man. So the RCS, the CS for finances, Rotich,
Yes.
he did like a state of the economy, or nation economy address, yeah, on the state of the economy, and saying how stable and how optimistic, yeah, the economy is gonna grow.
Yeah.
But same time, we intend to get some syndicate loan, you know,
We are borrowing
to
pay off
pay
a debt.
another debt.
Yeah.
What do you guys make of this story?
Chief economist.
Chief economist. Let's start with Ashley. You know, she's very learned, man. She has an MBA. Is it a what?
Global management.
Global management.
MBA is
Now,
too local.
It's too local.
Global management.
Global management. Masters.
You know, when you just say that borrowing a loan to pay off, we sound like the US.
Uh-huh.
We sound like the US because that's what the US economy does, essentially. Because the US economy basically runs on loans.
Yeah.
And they're the people who have one of the highest debts in the world, but that's how they operate. Without those debts, they cannot be a superpower. But now you see, when you come to an African country
Yeah.
that's struggling, and you're going to dig deeper holes to get yourself into, it does not make sense. Something is amiss in this country. There's a lot of money that is being misused as we speak. Even as we are going into debt and also borrowing, we are spending unnecessarily doing things that don't make sense.
Yeah.
For example, the amount of money that the presidency is using on traveling and stuff, the amount of money being used in terms of hospitality, unnecessary parties, if you ask me. Recurrent expenditure, we've always talked about that.
Yeah.
All these things are things that we could look at and we could cut down on, but we choose not to. And that is why, this is where we go wrong as a country. When we decide that we are in debt, but we still, you know, like that person who, it's like Americans. Let me just speak of Americans today. It's like Americans. You're in debt, but you still go and get a credit card and get into more debt because you want to sustain your living.
Yeah.
And you don't understand that at the end of the day, it's spoiling your credit score.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Kenya. That's the same thing we are doing essentially. So we are still spending despite the fact that we are doing badly and despite the fact that we're in debt, and we're also downgrading our credit score as a country. And people need to be serious in this country, honestly.
Yeah.
People need to be serious. I know right now we might think that Magufuli is a bit extreme with the things that he does, but one of the things that he did when he got into power is to reduce some of these unnecessary expenditures. And as we want to live such a flashy lifestyle, because we call ourselves the New York of East Africa, and we don't want people thinking that we cannot sustain ourselves to a certain level such that we don't see the repercussions of what we are doing. And we need to style up as a country. It's as simple as that. Style up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richie, what do you think? I want to read the statement, you know, from the CS.
Yeah.
And he says, this. Let me just get it. This is what he says, that we have extended it to allow for a financial arrangement, and we took the option of syndication as we wait for options. But if we issue a bond early, it can repay that. It's basically giving reasons why we need to take this loan to be able to pay.
I think we're still borrowing from Peter to pay Paul at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's not like we have any progressive deals or financial plans towards offsetting our debts.
Yeah.
And then you see we are still commissioning for more money, taking in more debt, and more development loans in the name of development, which the cost is just too high. The cost is really, really high. And then we hear of corruption cases, we hear of money being squandered and embezzlement of funds, and nothing is done at the end of the day. We need to hold our government accountable.
Yeah.
Because they need to give us, a proper and clear update on how these finances are acquired, why such amounts are acquired, how they are spent,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, just give us a breakdown. Tell us this is what the government had, this is what we borrowed, this is how we spent it, and this is how we're going to repay it, and
Yeah.
what the repayment plan is.
Uh-huh.
The other thing that is really worrying about
Yeah.
the development loans that we have
Yeah.
is that, in the next 5 years, we are going to be knee-deep in debt to our brothers from China.
Uh-huh.
The total amount of loans we're borrowing currently,
Yeah.
total up to about $10 billion. $10 billion. That's just from the Chinese, yeah?
Yeah.
We still have more from, the African Development Bank, from IMF. And the World Bank, and many other, other banks as well, like
Yeah.
Standard Chartered. So we really, really need to work our way out of this debt. It's not looking good
Okay.
from where I sit.
All right. So in Tanzania, 6,400 one day old chicks, and 1,300
And not ladies,
burnt,
chicks.
not ladies, yeah. And 1,300 cattle auctioned.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to talk about when we come back. We want to take a break, but you can engage with us at The Fix TV Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also Hope TV Kenya on Facebook and Twitter, Hope TV _KE on IG. Use the hashtag The Fix and also SMSs 22232. And remember to use the hashtag The Fix as you do that. Also, kwa wase wako nje, engage with us also because tuko Facebook Live on Hope TV Kenya, and www.hopemediakenya.org is our online stream. Double O, what's coming up, man, on Kipaji? What should you expect? Leo tuko lambing all day.
Lambing all day.
Yeah.
Artist is Kamlesh Kagaba.
Yeah.
Kidogo ni sheme, lakini artist is Kamlesh, coming up to tell us about his new album. That's why tumevai lambing all day.
Hapo sawa.